Hello guys, welcome to Dimension Eyes. Now today we have a special guest. आज हमारे साथ अजिंक्य माने हैं, ऑल इंडिया रैंक 424 इन CSE 221. प्रोफेशन से या ग्रेजुएशन से वो मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर है एंड ही परस्यूड UPSC प्रिपरेशन आफ्टर हिज ग्रेजुएशन. ओके अजिंक्य, वेलकम टू डायमेंशन आइज.
Thank you, sir.
ओके, सो हाउ इज द फीलिंग नाउ?
It was great feeling because after 3 consecutive attempts, I am able to crack the civil service examination. So I am feeling happy now.
Ajinkya is here, and actually Ajinkya is the brother of Amit Mane as well. So Amit Mane, he's also an officer selected by the UPSC. He got the rank of All India rank 39 in the Indian Forest Service, and presently he is serving as the Indian Defence Estate Service. So Ajinkya, आपके भाई भी ऑफिसर है, आप भी अब ऑफिसर की फैमिली हो चुकी है. सो हाउ डू यू फील दैट? और अमित का आपके सक्सेस में कितना कंट्रीब्यूशन?
I mean, contribution is such that I am here because of him only.
Okay.
Because its continuous guidance, motivation during difficult times, it helped me a lot to overcome my failures. So he helped me to develop my personality. Like he is a big brother to me in literal sense.
Okay.
Like he used to guide me properly. He used to scold me sometimes. So I'm here because of him, my brother only.
So you have attempted 3 examinations. So how was it actually, the journey specifically?
I have started my UPSC journey in 2018. Before that, I was working in a private organization in Pune. In 2018, I have started preparing and I have attempted 2019 as my first attempt. In my first attempt, I am unable to clear the prelims itself. After my 2019 attempt, I slightly modified my strategy and I focused more on answer writing and practice both for the mains as well as prelims. And in 2020 attempt, I am able to reach up to the interview stage, but unfortunately, I am unable to get a rank in 2020. After that, in 2021, I am able to secure All India rank 424.
Okay, so Ajinkya, so you have been in the process for the last 4 years approximately. So what do you think? What is the key to the success in UPSC examination?
The first and foremost key to success is the understanding of syllabus thoroughly. You have to be thorough with a syllabus of GS, optional as well as demand of particular paper. Like essay requires different approach, GS1 requires different approach, as well as in essay we have to approach differently, and optional subject which is crucial for getting a rank in CSE is require different preparation as well as different approach.
Okay, so you mean to say answer writing is very important in this examination. So what is your approach towards the answer writing?
My approach towards answer writing is simple. At the start of my UPSC preparation, I itself started writing an answer before having a substantial amount of content. I used to write 2-3 answers daily since my first day itself. I used to write anything for 2 pages. That helped me to get a speed for answer writing, because speed is the most crucial and content is going to develop at the during your process of preparation. So we have to break that barrier of answer writing. Many of the students think that they will develop a content, then they will start answer writing. But I have started answer writing before the means at the earlier of my preparation itself. So that helped me a lot.
Okay, so you think there is a different approach for the essay, ethics and optional answer writing. So what do you think? What is the basic difference between these answer writing?
The basic difference for all the 3 lies in the approach towards the tackling the demand of the question. Suppose in essay, now if we see the previous 2 years of essay question paper, we notice that UPSC is slightly moving towards the philosophical essay, which require different level of thinking and different approach. If I have to give an example, I have one example of last year's essay topic, that is patriarchy is least noticed at the most significant structure of social inequality. So this essay requires both philosophical point of view, also analytical point of view, and you have to substantiate your essay with data, facts, and some quotes. So the main crux of this essay is the patriarchy. So you have to divide this topic in several subparts. Like patriarchy is the main, then is the least noticed. So you have to focus more on the least noticed where you can see the, patriarchy, but it is a part of our life journey. Because
life.
I have given one example of Satara district,
Okay.
where many of the names of daughters are started with Nakoshi name. That is a kind of patriarchy, but it is least noticed because it is accepted by the society itself. Then next is the most significant structure of social inequality. So why it is the most significant and structure of social inequality? Basically, you have to focus on also on the social inequality in different forms like political, economical, social, where you observe the patriarchy is in most significant way, but it is least noticed. Suppose in political field, despite having a democracy, we don't have a woman prime minister. So, and because there are less importance given on the woman candidature, and it is not acceptable by the society itself. So in this way, you can divide your essay in different dimensions like political, economic, social, cultural, and you can substantiate your essay with the examples.
Okay, so you have said that there was one important thing, the demand, understanding the demand of the question, right? So is it only the demand of the question or just writing anything on the question paper or answer sheet that matters?
No. Writing anything will only help to fill the pages, but it will not help to fetch the marks. Basically, understanding the demand of the question is to substantiate your answer with the authorized facts, data, figures. So it will look a decent answer if you have a certain facts. That facts will support your answer. It will give definitive meaning to your answers. So writing anything won't help.
Okay, so answer writing में understanding of the demand of the question is the most crucial fact in the UPSC answer writing. उसी के साथ साथ ethics, और स्पेसिफिकली अगर हम आंसर राइटिंग की बात करते हैं ब्रॉड लेवल पे, तो मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट फेसेस प्रॉब्लम ऑफ स्टार्टिंग इटसेल्फ. ठीक है भाई, आंसर राइटिंग शुरू करना दैट इज द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट और अदर ऑब्स्टेकल बोल सकते हैं. तो उसके लिए आपने क्या किया?
Particularly for ethics is a kind of a topic where you can express yourself in a better way. It requires different demands like in ethics terminology should be there in your answers, and it should be supported by the examples. So my strategy is simple. I have more focused on ethics in terms of writing and one answer daily and one case studies daily for an ethics, and I have made a separate notebook for the ethics examples where you can observe it from the daily life or the example of great personalities like Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. You can substantiate your answer by writing an example, because ethics is a subject such that it will be more beautiful if you substantiate your answer with example, and it will help to get more marks.
In case of ethics, actually, there are two streams of thinking. फर्स्ट स्ट्रीम ऑफ थिंकिंग सेज दैट कि भाई आप थिंकर्स बड़े बड़े नाम जो है वो डाला करो, जैसे आपने अभी बताया. और दूसरा एक स्ट्रीम है जो बोलता है कि भाई आप डेली लाइफ, आपकी खुद के डेली लाइफ के बारे में कुछ एग्जांपल्स दे दो. ठीक है, व्हाट डू यू थिंक सो कि भाई कौन सी स्ट्रीम सही है या फिर दोनों का मिक्स करना चाहिए?
In terms of different stream, I would like to suggest that we have to mix different streams, because every question is different and demand of every question is different. So the questions which are of a standard nature, where you can substantiate your answer with example of great personalities, and if you have to give a live touch to your answer, you can substantiate with your daily examples. So in this way, ethics is a subject like where you can connect yourself with the ethics, like where you are ethical, where you are not, by surrounding, by observing your surroundings. So in this way, you can mix both the streams.
ओके, थोड़े दिन पहले यहाँ पे विश्वजीत यादव भी आए थे जो इंडियन ऑडिट एंड अकाउंट सर्विस में है. तो उन्होंने एक बात कही थी कि इट इज़ नॉट अबाउट द आंसर राइटिंग ओनली. टू स्टार्ट आंसर राइटिंग इट सेल्फ इज अ मेजर ऑब्स्टेकल. मतलब अगर 99% कहाँ पे होता है तो स्टार्ट करना ही है, उसके बाद इंप्रूव करना, इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ फ्लो. तो स्टार्ट करना जो ऑब्स्टेकल क्रिएट होता है, वो जो फियर होता है, उसको ओवरकम कैसे किया?
The major barrier for answer writing is writing an answer itself, because that fear in the mind, if you start an answer writing during initial stage, you are unable to read your answers itself, because they are so below average, and there is a fear in the mind itself that if we fail to approach the demand of the question. So basic task is the right answer. Whatever comes your mind, you can write that, and over the period of time, that confidence that at least you have started answer writing will help to further improve your answer writing.
तो अजिंक्य, जो इथिक्स का क्वेश्चन पेपर है, जो स्पेसिफिकली वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द फिलोसॉफिकल इथिक्स और एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव इथिक्स, व्हाट डू यू थिंक वी शुड अप्रोच फॉर द इथिक्स इन द फिलोसॉफिकल अप्रोच और एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एथिक्स?
Basically, syllabus of ethics is designed in such a way that the important values, principles of an administration should reflect. So we should first think in terms of administration, and we apply principles of ethics like probity, governance, integrity, that should reflect in ethics paper. So our approach should be such that we are administrator, and we should approach the paper likewise.
ओके, तो हाउ डिड यू प्रिपेयर इथिक्स एक्चुअली? क्योंकि बहुत बार ऐसा दिक्कत आ जाती है स्टूडेंट्स को कि इथिक्स को प्रिपरेशन कैसा है, क्योंकि देयर आर लॉट ऑफ बुक्स बट देयर आर काइंड ऑफ वेरी बुकिश काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. बट डू यू थिंक दोज बुक्स आर हेल्पफुल और इन एनी अदर स्ट्रेटजी यू यूज्ड?
For ethics preparation, my strategy is to understand syllabus first, because syllabus of ethics itself is a great resource where you will find keywords where UPSC is actually asking question from that base only. So first understand syllabus, note down keywords, write a definition of each keyword, and prepare an example of that particular keyword. For suppose for integrity, I will prepare. Suppose for probity, I will prepare different example. And in ethics, apart from definition, example will help to substantiate your answer. So I have prepared definitions of different keywords, and also prepared example for each keyword. And for ethics case studies, I have solved case studies from different resources. And in case study, my approach is such that solution to case study should be simple. It should reflect the ethical knowledge of you. It should have ethical keywords within it, and it should be substantiated with the example. So it will look like a proper balanced answer.
Suppose you said that you prepared the ethical terms actually. Suppose integrity है या फिर कोई aptitude है, तो ये prepare कैसे करते थे आप terms?
For ethics, I have referred book by lexicon, which is my base material, and on that material I have built up. Means I just used to Google out that definition of integrity. Is there any relevant example of it? My approach is simple. I should type. I used to type that integrity UPSC. On Google itself. So Google will give me a result regarding the same. So it was a easier task to note down definition and example related.
तो उसके बाद आप brainstorming भी करते थे?
In ethics, brainstorming is utmost important, because question paper is such that it helps to reflect our personality, and personality should not come from the only bookish knowledge. It should come from within inside.
Right,
So
right.
brainstorming is essential in that aspect.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So brainstorming is the most important fundamental thing for the ethics as per the अजिंक्य, ठीक है. तो बहुत बार ऐसा क्वेश्चन आ जाता है कि भाई जिसके बारे में आपका सिलेबस में भी कोई मेंशन नहीं है, और समटाइम्स यू आर अननोन टू दैट पर्टिकुलर कंसेप्ट और टर्मिनोलॉजी. फॉर एग्जांपल देयर वाज अ क्वेश्चन ऑफ क्राइसिस ऑफ कंसर्न्स, राइट. तो ऐसे जो अननोन क्वेश्चन है, अननोन टर्मिनोलॉजी है, इसको कैसे आप हैंडल करते थे?
To answer unknown question or unknown terminology, first understand the question itself, divide it in multiple parts and use your basic knowledge. If I want to give an example, like in cricket, if bowler is too much attacking or too much giving yorkers or something, the batsman used to go on its basics. So same approach you have to implement in the ethics paper also. Suppose particular question is out of syllabus, so you have to shift towards the basic, apply your basic knowledge and build on that basic knowledge.
So you mean whatever you had brainstormed earlier, you used practice of brainstorming that helped in tackling the unknown questions. Okay. स्पेसिफिकली हमें प्रीलिम्स के बाद मेंस के लिए 3 महीने अप्रोक्सीमेटली मिल जाते हैं नॉर्मली. तो ये 3 महीने आप कैसे प्लान कर लेते हो और किया था आपने?
According to me, after prelims, take a break for 3-4 days and plan your strategy accordingly. Just check your prelim score by 2-3 standard keys and keep it aside. And because it is actually ideal time for mains preparation, whether you are not going to clear prelims or whether you are going to clear it. So your strategy should be devoted toward the mains itself, mains preparation. So my strategy was like that. After prelims, I used to complete my paper one from my optional and ethics. So before declaration of prelims result, my paper 1 and ethics is completed, and after that I used to shift a strategy according to the syllabus of test papers.
Okay.
I have joined the mains test series and I used to complete my syllabus according to the test, and every weekend I used to give test, and alternate Sundays I used to give essay paper. So that helped me a lot.
ओके. तो आपने कहा था कि आपने इमीडिएटली 3-4 डेज का गैप लेके फिर से इमीडिएटली आपको मेंस को शिफ्ट करिए. तो बहुत सारे बच्चे ऐसे रहते हैं कि भाई ऑन बॉर्डर रहते हैं, उनका स्कोर ऑन बॉर्डर रहता है अकॉर्डिंग टू द इंस्टीट्यूशन आंसर की. तो उनके लिए आप क्या सजेशन देना चाहोगे?
Whether your score is on border or below that, you have to start main preparation itself, because it is an ideal period for main preparation, and you should be in the flow of preparation. So whether you are scoring less or more, your strategy should be towards the mains preparation.
सो ये 3 महीने जो है स्पेसिफिकली, सो यू हैव टू डिवाइड योर टाइम बिटवीन द जीएस ऑप्शनल, राइट. तो हाउ कुड यू डू दैट? आपने ये कैसे किया था टाइम मैनेजमेंट?
During last 3 months, I divided my day in different slots. One slot is dedicated to optional. My half day is devoted to the optional only, because it is a essence of mains preparation to get a better marks and to get a better rank also. So half day I used to devote towards the optional, and after that my remaining portion is divided into GS syllabus, and remaining is towards the answer writing and current affairs.
ओके. तो स्पेसिफिकली आपने वो ऑप्शनल को बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस दिया था, क्योंकि ऑप्शनल आपको लगता है कि भाई डिसाइडिंग फैक्टर है. ठीक है. सो जनरली आपको आंसर राइटिंग के बारे में कुछ टिप्स देना चाहिए स्टूडेंट्स को जनरली?
For answer writing, my first tip is to break the barrier.
Okay.
Because you have to come out that comfort zone, that I will write after 4 months, after first reading. That should not happen. You have to start answer writing after substantial reading. Everyone have a basic knowledge, because suppose you are reading a newspaper today, you can write answers from that newspaper on that day itself or either on tomorrow, because there are certain answer writing channels, like I used to follow Insight IAS, where they used to post questions based on current affairs. So start as early as possible and don't bother about your quality of answer. It they are going to be below average. So don't bother about it. Start immediately. First develop writing speed, and content is automatically going to develop over the period of time.
Okay, so first important suggestion from the Ajinkya is break the barrier. अगर आप आज डर रहे हैं कि आंसर लिखें या नहीं लिखें, so first of all break the barrier, start writing, and your first answers will be inferior, and वो inferior रहेंगे, improvement के बाद वो धीरे धीरे आपके अच्छे हो जाएंगे. So बहुत बार ऐसा बोला जाता है specifically about the Maharashtrian students कि वो अभी इतना परफॉर्म अच्छे तरह से नहीं कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. देयर इज वन काइंड ऑफ क्रिटिसिज्म कि वो टॉप 100 में नहीं आ रहे, टॉप 50 में नहीं आ रहे. तो इसके बारे में आपका क्या ओपिनियन है?
It is a kind of criticism, and it is a kind of subjective too, because if we see the result over the years, the percentage of Maharashtrian student is going to increase. This year itself, around 10% students are from Maharashtra. So to get a rank in a top 100, we have to orient our strategy differently. In my limited knowledge, I observed students from other state. They start answer writing from beginning itself, and they take a specialized coaching for certain topics, and they are not in comfort zone. So in next coming years, we will definitely see Maharashtrians in top 10 itself.
तो टॉप 10 में या फिर टॉप 50 में आने के लिए स्पेसिफिकली व्हाट डू यू सजेस्ट फॉर द महाराष्ट्र कैंडिडेट्स?
My first suggestion would be to come out of the comfort zone, reorient your strategy, and plan accordingly. First, understand syllabus, demand of the examination. Like in prelims, you have to be objective. In mains, you have to be subjective, and interview both. Combination of objectivity and subjectivity plus your personality. So, plan your strategy according to the demand of exam. Start answer writing. Get evaluation done by the experts. Understand your weaknesses. Get guidance to turn your weaknesses into your strength. That is my suggestion.
So according to Ajinkya, first of all, don't focus on the answer writing for the limited number of months. मतलब after just prelims हम generally practice करते हैं. तो he is just saying कि you should start from today and you should write answer for the whole year itself by getting improvement and by getting feedback itself. So this is your second interview, right? In first interview missed by some marks. So what is the difference of strategy you adopted for the improvement from the no rank to the rank?
In my first interview, I got 151 marks, and in my second interview, I got 179 marks, which is a quite a decent score. And I slightly shifted my strategy in my second interview, because in first interview, due to COVID wave, I was unable to go to Delhi. So I have given lot of online mock interviews, and when I actually entered in the UPSC Bhavan for interview, it was kind of different experience for me, because I'm unable to get adjusted with that environment, because I have given online mock interview, and in this attempt I have given offline mock interview in Delhi, which helped me a lot to gain a confidence for mannerism, to structure my answer for analytical thinking. So, and in this interview, we group of 4 friends used to discuss daily for around 2 hours, and which helped to overcome that fear, that barrier regarding interview preparation. So that helped me a lot.
So जो 2020 में आपका अप्रोच था अबाउट द मेन स्पेसिफिकली, और जो अभी का 2021 वाला जो अप्रोच था, उसमें क्या बेसिकली डिफरेंस था आपका?
If I want to summarize my whole journey of UPSC, the least study I did in my last attempt.
Okay.
And apart from study, I used to think more.
Okay.
Read less, think more, which helped me to understand the demand of the question and tackle the unknown questions. So my least preparation is this year's preparation, that I got a decent rank. Previously, in my first attempt, I used to prepare a lot, used to read from every resources, and in that attempt itself, I unable to clear the prelims. In next attempt, I slightly modified my strategy, understand the demand of examination, and I am able to crack prelims, mains, and unfortunately, I missed the cutoff by 17 marks in 2020. And this year, I shifted my focus towards the brainstorming, thinking, and which helped me a lot. Because if we see my GS score, it is around 397, which is kind of decent score. So this helped me a lot.
So वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि आप जब क्वेश्चन पेपर लिख रहे होते हैं, सो यू गॉट 20 क्वेश्चंस, और समटाइम्स कि कुछ लोग बोलते हैं कि आप सारे क्वेश्चंस अटेम्प्ट कर लो, कुछ लोग बोलते हैं कि 18 ही कर दो लेकिन बहुत क्वालिटी से कर लो. सो व्हाट इज योर टेक ऑन इट?
My take is simple. Attempt everything, because the difference between your best answer and your worst answer is so less. Because that's why you have to answer everything. Because if you are getting average marks in your best answer, then you are getting slightly lower marks than your best answer. That will help you substantially. And in every competition, there is the importance of single marks, even half marks. So you should not left anything untouched. You should attempt everything and try to cover paper.
Okay.
Suppose I'm unable to write a answer for particular question. My answer is keep it simple, start from basics, and try to answer according to the demand. So there is nothing like this answer will be your best answer, this will answer your best worst answer. Every question you should approach with the analytical mindset, and your answer should fulfill the demand of the question.
ओके, सो इन केस ऑफ इथिक्स स्पेसिफिकली, मैं इथिक्स के पीछे आता हूँ फिर. तो इथिक्स में दो चीज़ें हैं, फर्स्ट इज द थियोरेटिकल पार्ट एंड सेकंड इज द केस स्टडी. ठीक है, तो अकॉर्डिंग टू यू विच इज द मोस्ट स्कोरिंग पार्ट? इज इट इज थियोरेटिकल पार्ट और केस स्टडी पार्ट?
According to me, both
yeah.
are scoring parts, because the application of the first part is the second part.
Right.
Because if your theory is strong, you are going to attempt the case studies in a better way.
Okay.
So both are scoring topics, and you can't ignore any one of them.
ओके, सो आंसर राइटिंग का आखिरी जो पड़ा हुआ है उसमें हम ऐसे की बात करते हैं. ठीक है, तो ऐसे के बारे में आपका क्या अप्रोच था?
My approach towards essay is simple. I used to read essay 2 to 3 times, and I used to divide it, and then I apply some analytical knowledge. I used to brainstorm for 15 minutes, just jot down points regarding the essay and substantiate it with example. Suppose a particular topic, it should be looked up by different dimensions like economic, political, then historical, then ethical, and I used to plan essay in such that each page should have 2 paragraphs of different dimensions.
Okay.
So within a 10 pages, I have 10 to 15 different dimensions with example. That helped me to score 133 marks in essay, which is actually a good score.
marks. बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि स्टूडेंट्स आर गेटिंग कंफ्यूज्ड अबाउट द वर्ड्स यूज्ड इन द क्वेश्चंस, इवैल्यूएट, डिस्कस, एनालाइज. ठीक है, बहुत बार ऐसा बोला जाता है कि इसको बहुत स्पेसिफिक मीनिंग है. तो व्हाट इज योर टेक ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग?
My take on that particular topic is I used to read a question properly, and I used to understand the demand of the question. Suppose there is a at the end it is mentioned that examine, comment, or the evaluate. The approach is slightly different, but basic structure is the same. You have to first approach the question by writing the introduction, where in introduction you can write report of particular committee, economic data, or the in different question I used to write a quote regarding the economy, regarding governance,
Okay.
which helped me a lot. And don't bother about the keywords like comment, evaluate.
Okay.
Your basic approach should be same, and the answer of yours should be balanced.
Okay.
It should be opinion based, and the analytical viewpoint should be there.
मतलब आप कहने की ये कोशिश कर रहे हो कि जो कमेंट, इवैल्यूएट, एनालाइज के पहले वाला जो स्टेटमेंट दिया रहता है क्वेश्चन में, दैट इज व्हाट इम्पोर्टेंट, और अगर आप उसको समझ लेते हो तो आपको पूरा क्वेश्चन समझ में आ जाएगा. डोंट फोकस टू मच ऑन द कीवर्ड्स.
यस डेफिनेटली.
ओके, द लास्ट क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम आवर साइड कि भाई अगर आप 2022 या फिर 2023 के मेंस जो दे रहे हैं या फिर ओरल प्रिपरेशन जो करने वाले हैं, उस स्टूडेंट्स को क्या कहना चाहोगे? व्हाट शुड दे डू for the next 3 months or for the next year?
For students, those who are giving mains this year or the giving first attempt next year, my only suggestion is to shift towards the main preparation. Main preparation is such that first you have to focus on answer writing, then you have to write essay once in a month or twice in a month, then get evaluation properly done by your friends, or you can self evaluate itself. And our approach towards the civil services should be such that it should be an integrated approach, like prelims, interview and mains. So first understand the demand of particular stage, and suppose you are reading a particular topic, so you should think in such a way that in this particular topic, which part will come in the mains, which part will come in prelims, and what is my approach toward the interview. So it will be an integrated approach, and answer writing should not be neglected.
Candidates, this is Ajinkya Mane. I think we have covered almost every topic of the mains along with the interview questions. If you have any other questions, do let us know in the comment section. So thank you very much. Thank Ajinkya. So all the best for your future journey.
Thank you, sir.